Hey guys, how's it going? Ross here from the Shamu app, and I am going to show you my setup, how I set up my charts, and kind of how I structure my week for trading. And this is a question that many people ask, like Ross, what's your what do you do so that way you're not just always in front of a chart? Because the reality is that I might only spend 2 hours a week charting, and then the rest of it is all automated for myself. Now I'm using multiple different strategies for my trading. I'm going to show you how I set up a watch list first, and then I'll show you how I set up alerts, etc. So for I have this watch list here, and these are all stocks that are easy for me to get in and out of. That's important for me when I'm doing options trading. I don't want to get into something that it's hard to get in out of. Maybe you get into a trade and it looks like you're doing great, but liquidity plays a big role in that. Volume plays a big role in that. So I have my own little personal watch list here, which I'll actually drop a link down to in the description below, so that way you can download my watch list. You can get access to it, and it won't cost you anything. You can just apply it to your own charts. But what I do is then I choose which strategy I'm going to utilize, and I go up here and I create a watch list based around the date. So I'm going to go ahead and delete these two because those dates have come and gone. And I'm going to pull up this 9/13 one. And this is the one that I'll be adding them to. And what I'm doing right now is, let's say I'm utilizing the Shamu indicator. Usually, before a buy or sell position gets thrown out there, the candles start turning white. Now, if you're not familiar with the Shamu indicator, it's got about an 86% accuracy, like you can see here. 1788 dropped down to 1644, 2083 down to 1904. This here went from 1933 down to 1852. Some moves are bigger than others, but as you can see, it's a pretty accurate indicator. And this is one that we built. And so I want to show you what I will do then is I will go through here. And by the way, if you want that indicator, just go to shamu.io and you can download that. But if you look here, you've got white candles. So what I'm going to then end up doing is adding that particular stock to my watch list. And I'm not getting into it yet because I haven't received an indication yet as to where it's going to go, as to where I should trade it. But I'm going to go through here and I can add, I'm not going to do this to each and every one of them because you get the point. But I'm going to start going through, and when I see white candles on here, I'm going to add it to my watch list. So that way now I don't have to go through every one of these. And boy, that was a big move that it made. I don't have to go through every single one of these in order to be able to get the right play. You see? So that's how I like to structure that, how I like to set that up. Now, I want to show you another thing that you can do. So let's say that I was utilizing, we'll just say a stochastic strategy. And I'll show you how that would go. This one I don't use often. Let's just throw up the stochastic charts here. And the idea behind the stochastic chart is that, when you're over 80, you tend to become in an oversold position. And when you're under 20, and you're in a undervalued position. Now, I don't use this that much because you can tend to get faked out a lot. But I'm going to use this as an example just because I don't want to teach all my main strategies on YouTube for free when I have people who just paid for it. That might aggravate them. But let's just say that I want to say when my stochastic crosses through this K line and the 80, that I want a sell signal. So that would put me right here because you would want to do it shortly after. Then what you do is you go on TradingView, you click alert. And then up here, you're just going to put your stochastic crossing down. And then you can choose which value is it going to be crossing down. It would be crossing down, say, I think that's 80. And then what you do is you hit, and if you want to know for sure it didn't bounce back, you could say 79. Then you hit create, and now you're going to get an email alert. And if you have the app on your phone, it'll also come through as a push notification when that crosses through. And then you will know, hey, I should go get into that trade. I should go do some put debit spreads. So then you could, see that dropping down just like that. So what I like to do is I go through and I figure out all the potential plays. But just because I see a potential play doesn't mean that I will take it. My normal thought process is, okay, this is looking good. What would it take for me to say, okay, I'm getting in? And whatever that is, I'll set up an alert for that. And then throughout the week, I'll get that alert and I'll say, oh, okay. And then I'll get in. This morning, we were looking at Toast, which is like a CRM company. And as you can see, this looks pretty bearish if you're watching this same day, which today's September 13th, Tuesday. There's a free trade for you. But I just put debit spreads on this. Well, what was it going to take for me to get into this? I don't have those indicators up here to show you exactly how that works, but I set my alerts up. I got my alert. I actually put the alert in this morning, and then right before the end of the day, that thing happened. And so now I'm going to chase this down, and I'll probably get out of this. Let's just take a. I'll probably get a solid move where this thing's going to drop down to say 1850, 1875, somewhere in that realm. So I love this software. It's great if you're doing your own charting. If you don't want to have to think, you can also get our Shamu indicator app and put it on here and it'll tell you, but I still recommend you think because you should never just buy or sell just because something says it. All it's designed to do is to make your life just a little bit easier. Okay, guys, subscribe and stay tuned because in the next video that you watch, I'm going to show you a monthly option strategy that has almost a 100% accuracy. So stay tuned. If you'd like to watch that, please subscribe down below. You'll see when that comes live.